Hi, I'm Thomas Bull and I'm pleased to tell you about TileCode, a way to create video games on handheld gaming devices. This is joint work with Shannon Cow, Richard Knoll, and Daryl Zuniga from Microsoft. If you do a search on Amazon for gaming handhelds, you'll find many inexpensive devices for playing popular retro video games. Not surprisingly, these devices' primary function is the consumption of games. The idea behind TileCode is to make it possible to design, code, and play retro video games using these very same handheld devices. The challenge we face is how to program games using a four-way direction pad, A and B buttons, and a small screen. Our approach is to constrain how retro video games are programmed to fit the limitations of the gaming handheld, yet still enable the creation of a variety of games. We draw inspiration from board games, in which game pieces occupy squares of the board and are moved based on their kind and the state of the board. TileCode games take place on a tile map, where each tile is painted with a background, and sprites can move up, down, left, or right to an adjacent tile. Now, video games permit play that would be hard to achieve with board games, due to the power of the computer, which enables real-time responsiveness to user actions, as well as non-player character behavior and parallel activities. TileCode has mechanisms for all these facets of video games. The when-do rule, a form of guarded command, is the foundation of TileCode programs. The when section on the left specifies an event and sprite of interest, as well as the local context around a sprite. In this example, the rule fires when the right button is pressed, and there is grass to the right of the elf sprite. The do section on the right contains commands that are addressed to sprites or tiles. In this example, a move right command is sent to the elf sprite. A TileCode program is a set of when-do rules. Here we see 3 rules for a simple game. The player controls the elf using the direction pad. When the elf collides with an apple, the apple is destroyed and 10 points are added to the score. When the elf collides with a snake, then it's game over. We designed the TileCode user interface in the spirit of the tile-based games that it is used to create. The user moves a cursor around the tiles with the direction pad, presses the A button to select an action, and presses the B button to return to a previous screen. The TileCode load screen has slots for 8 games. Each game has 4 possible backgrounds and 4 sprites. The tile map editor enables the design of the game level, and the paint editor lets one change the design of a tile background or sprite. Coding takes place via the rule editor, from which the user also has immediate access to the map editor, as well as to gameplay. Via these 3 screens, users can formulate and test hypotheses via modifications to rules and the tile map. Let's take a look at the popular snake game implemented in TileCode. The first rule is the D-pad right rule. When the right button is pressed, the snake moves to the right. The second rule is a smash rule. In this case, when the snake collides with either the wall, the water, or the snake body, then it's game over. We're going to change this rule to eliminate the water from the collision check so that the snake can now go through the water. The next rule starts the snake moving from a resting state in the absence of user input. And the final rule keeps the snake moving in its current direction, again in the absence of user input. TileCode is written in TypeScript using Microsoft MakeCode Arcade, a web app for creating retro video games that can be played in a web-based simulator, as shown here on the left, as well as on a variety of gaming handhelds. Here are 6 games created using TileCode that show off a range of game mechanics. All these games were created with 7 to 14 when-do rules. To explore TileCode yourself, please visit aka.ms/TileCode. TileCode is open source under the MIT license and is available on GitHub. Finally, we would like to thank the MakeCode team, as well as Pele Dehelu, Stefania Druga, Teddy Syed, and Kimberly Ying. Thank you for your attention.